you are the revelation of humility and meekness, standing between mother and father as the completed revelation.
Yeah.
The revealing or the breath, because it means the same thing. So you are standing between mother and father in humility and meekness as breath.
Yeah, because even the word has the aleph in it. It has the aleph and the hay.
So can you please go to 833 and show them that says to go straight on to advance, please?
Yeah.
Because we need to connect this. Because that's what I'm going to.
Yeah.
So now this is really huge. This is really, really huge. Now we have this word that's connected.
Well, okay. I was even thinking about the word yasher.
Well,
because yasher means the same thing.
We're going there. We're going there. I'm stepping this through without pulling sideways. I just need to flow with this. So, but in this, so now we have this word yasher, and we're in Psalm. We were just finished Psalm 72:17. Now there's an occurrence of this, and I need to go to it. That it's if we can go into Numbers, because we're still going to talk about the noon, and so let's go into the father of Yeshua. And that's go to 5126. Because we're still talking about the noon and the garden, and then we're going to move a little quicker in this. But this is very important. So we're in 5126, and 5125 is noon, and this is rooted in noon. This is from 5125, from perpetuity.
Sure. Okay? So this is Joshua.
Right.
When it says Son of Nun.
Right.
Yehoshua Ben Nun.
So go to Numbers 20, as it should be on the side, Numbers 27:18.
So I just pulled up 5126, father of Yehoshua, and you're saying it should be in here, Numbers. What did you want me to look up?
It should be in Numbers 27:18.
Okay. Got it.
So now this is the father, Nun is the father of Yehoshua. Okay?
So this would be Yeshua's name in Aramaic. This is what it would be coming from in Hebrew.
Yeah. Well, my point is that it's a name of frequency,
right.
But his name is going to be called Yasharua. It's going to be Asher, Ya Ashura, right? So we're talking about, it's only frequency. So I'm not really concerned about the name. I'm showing you the frequency that's going on right here. So let's go to this next verse. And in English it said, and said Yahweh to Moshe, take with you Yeshua, son of Nun, a man whom the Spirit is in, and lay your hand on him. And we've just talked about the menorah and the bitter cup. What is missing is the Nun Vav, correct? And we're talking about the Nun filling up the Gan because something happened in the garden, and we're talking about the bitter cup. So now we have, and said. So now we have humility's power. Speak. In the power of humility, speak. And there's a lot more with speak, but we're just...
It's fine. It's a double yod too, so it's double power.
Right. So now you have the double measure. And so you have double authority, double power, double vision, 2020. And interesting that we just entered that season. So now we're speaking as we've just entered the season of 1. And so now we're into, with this power, speak as Yod He Vav He, as the power of revelation that is equipped in standing in sovereignty, because Vav is sovereignty as well. So in sovereign meekness, speak with this revelation. That was the frequency of Yod He Vav He. So speak as El Moshe, which means to be drawn out of the water. Now
And
this
it's a
is
gift from God.
This is a gift from God. Now this consuming of being drawn out of fire and water is a gift from God. And so take this fire, take you
as a teacher of light who has grasped a hold of the languages that bring revelation.
which is the Aleph Tav. Take with you, because that's they don't even. So now this is the fullness of the Aleph Tav. So take with you now the Aleph Tav, Yeshua.
Yehoshua. Yeah.
Yehoshua.
Yep.
So now take with you the Aleph Tav Yehoshua. And so is it happening? Could be happening as a story, but it's speaking to us in the now. Take with you the Aleph Tav Yehoshua, the sun connected to the Nun. This is the Son of Nun, the father of Yehoshua. We just said that that's what this verse is about. This is the father of Yehoshua. So take with you Yehoshua, the son of Nun now. But it just was the father of Nun. Now this is the son of Nun. And so now we have the son of Nun, risen, a sovereign, but he's walking in the earth, is man, is Ish. Now we have whom, Asher, connected to Ruach. And when you put these two words together, Asher and Ruach, you have Asher Ra. When the Spirit is within you and you are walking as Asher, as straight as in love, you have a man who is Spirit filled is Asherah.
That makes sense.
Because you can see the connective dash in this that connects Ruach to Asher. So the way of straight, or the way of right, or the way of the sun,
right,
through the father of Nun, raising through the father of perpetuity, you become a man, and I call you Asherah.
And you are fire that has vision within your heart.
Right. So
power.
Now,
you have power within.
And we know that Asherah means the fire, the love, because this is what it is. It's we've already. If you want to go back to our teachings, you can look at it. But now we have the word is in. It's just bo, right? But now the bet tov, vav. So bet tov vav, the building and the mark is now in.
Exactly. So you are marked. You've been filled with the mark of love.
Because you can't see the Tav, and Tav means mark in Hebrew, and we can go into that later on, and it's spelled Tavah. But how do you spell?
I've already showed that, by the way, in my Hebrew wedding.
This is really important right here. So now the Spirit is within you, and now it's in Bet Tav. You are built. Bet Tav Vav, and Tav Vav means the mark. So now the 222 of the Spirit of love is in you as one now.
This is the mark of the beast, the mark of the Kayutha. The true mark.
Right.
Not the one that they're trying to pull off. This is what the scriptures are telling us. You want the mark of the Kayutha. And this is it.
This is the mark. This one is the mark.
This one is marked.
And he's his hand. So he's giving. So now this is upon you. This is the hand on him. This is the hand of him, Allah. So now this is, and we're going to get to why I just said Allah because that's at the bottom. But 5674. This is Samek. This is the definition of the word Samek, and it means to lean, lay, rest, support. And the original spelling is Samek Mem Kof. And it means sustainability. The first occurrence is talking about sustainability. This is sustainable.
Absolutely. These are those that have been married.
Yes.
It means to be hedged in with a shield of thorns.
So you're hedged in with the tav of father on the suffix. You are now covered and fully made whole with the mark. You have now entered rest. Because that's what Samek means. You've entered the chambers of rest and intimacy. You are now what I would call sustainable. And
yep.
So, and you're now graduated through the wedding band of authority or the signet ring, because that's what Samek is as well.
Yep. So, and how did you do it? Through the living water teachings, because you allowed your cup to be full with the language of revelation.
You've emptied
that bent you, humbled you.
You drank the bitter cup from the beginning, and you brought forward the offering of love, which is a full cup of love. Through the journey of life, the sojourn of life, you became, through the vision, you became the full cup again. Well done, son. You now can be married back together as one through the process of two. 222, back to the 144. And we're going to tie this to Joseph's silver cup that ties to 44.
And then right afterward is the olive tav again.
Right next is the olive tav, and then we have the hand. So this is the olive tav, the work of Allah. Can you go into 5921, please?
Yep, and I'll trace it down to where you want to go because I know where you're leading.
So this is the work of ascension.
Yeah, exactly.
This,
so it's height, and if you go down,
yep,
so that people can see this.
It's a long way down on this thing. This word right here, this Yod Lamed, is
the top, specifically the highest. God, we already established that Moses was God. It was El,
yep.
Right? He had attained that status. And then Allah, if we go into that, I just leave it right here. To ascend. To go up, to ascend, and to climb.
Right. So if we ran through this verse from the top, so this is the ascension. This is how you climb to the top.
Before you do that, Yadeka, this is a big word because this is both hands of power.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because they so it leads you, so Yod, these first two letters is how you spell hand.
Right.
The Dalet.
Right.
Or the Yod. How you spell the Yod.
But Kaf is the other hand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's both hands of power. So there are those that give to others the power needed to go through the door so that they can grasp a hold of the power of the languages that bring forth revelation. Yeah. That is what you will use for ascension.
Yeah. This is the
That's a big deal.
This is a really big deal. When I see the Yod Kaf together, to me it's gently receive and generously give. And it's the open and the closed hand. That's how I define Yod Kaf.
Yes.
And so we have gently received and we generously give. And that's what we're doing. We're generously giving from our receiving. And so it's the open and closed hand of reaching out and grasping and bringing it to your face and eating it. That's what your hands do. They feed and they work.
Right, exactly.
And that's the work of your hands.
So what we just shared with them is the process of ascension.
Yes.
If you want to go through the process of ascension and not do 40 years of meditation to do it, it's right here.
Right.
The formula is right here, through the olive tav.
Right.
These last three words are telling you the process of ascension.
So from the very beginning, we can see that this whole verse is saying, in humility, with vision, with both visions of mother and father, as one, through the journey of bitter, become one, right? Become the first fruit. This is the power, means, and direction of mother and father. This is Yod He Vav He. This is the revelation of mother that meekly stands as the revelation of father, as El. Drawn out of the water, from mother, from the consuming fire, you becoming a gem, and I call you revelation.
A gift from God.
Take, kuf, compress light, while in, separate from what is and what is not. For within you is the olive tav, the beginning and the end. Yeshua, the power, means, and direction of the revelation of the Spirit that dwells within you, the Spirit of humility, the all-consuming fire, is the fountain of all-knowing.
So you can see.
This is a built one. I call him Son. Through the Bet Tav, the 222. In the earth he has risen through the noon. I now call him Perpetuity. He is now sovereignly built and established in both dimensions, in and out, within and without, above and below. I call him Man of Fire, one that stands as the vision consumed in the fire, whom is one who is consumed as Asherah, for the spirit of fire dwells in him as one, as the Ruach, sealed in, built as the Bet Vav. He has now got the mark of being completely built. He can now enter rest in the place of humility, the wedding band, the signet ring of mother and father, fully grasping, fully building, fully tamed, fully revealed as the mark of love. This is the olive tav.
The strong love.
You've accomplished it through the work of your hands, by becoming the door, by grasping. I now call you the highest.
That's pretty amazing. Only one that's really amazing. The only other thing I want to add is what Yehoshua means.
Forgot, you've now remembered. You no longer have demonic oppression. You are completely Ephraim, the double fruitful, turning beauty for ashes.
So this is to be safe and to free, which is really shalom.
Absolutely.
So this is telling you how to do it, how to deliver yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeshua cannot deliver you.
No.
His name is giving you the ability to do it yourself, because the only one that can deliver you from yourself, from the ego, is you.
Right.
He just pointed out and told us the way to do it. And this verse just showed us how.
Well, we're going to do...
Right? I mean,
yeah.
This verse just showed us how to deliver ourselves of our beast ego nature through the process of ascension.
So, if we've already established that his name is to be blessed from the first occurrence of noon in Psalm 72:17, that it says that as long as the sun, that you shall endure, your name shall endure.
Okay.
And then it says, shall endure his name. We just went through that verse. And his name is called blessed.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And then that's where we have Yash Sharua.
Right.
Right? Then so that's a pretty strong.
Yeah,
now go to, so who is this blessed? Go please to Song of Solomon 6:9. And this is how you turn the 6 to the 9. Because it's who is blessed. This is how you become, from the 222, you become one.
Solomon 6 verse 9.
Song of Solomon 6:9.
Okay, I'm here.
One.
Wow.
In English first. So
wow.
Can you read it through in English?
Yeah. One is my dove, my perfect one. One, she of her mother, the pure, she of the one who bore her, saw her the daughters and call her blessed. The queens and concubines, they praised her.
Yes. So this is how you become one, because we've just turned it from the noon, and this is directly connected to the blessed one, that the noon, the father of noon, is the son of noon.
Right.
And so we're connecting with noon.
Right.
And so now this one, we have Aleph, Het, Tav.
But the root of this is a Kod, the Dalet.
Right.
So you have to go through the door of the inner man to be able to find this, so you can be marked with that love.
Right. So now you're one, marked in love. This is one.
That's exactly right.
And we've already defined in some of our other writings what one is. So now this is one. This is love.
I and my Father are one love.
One love. And
one love.
Again, you've gone through the bitter walk, and Father is waiting with anticipation, like even the parable. He waits for us to return home from the muck and the mire as the prodigal son, for us to journey back as mother, led by the Spirit, to say, and we've just showed you what that is in the last verse of having the Vav Tav of Asher. Ruach and Asher together are Asherach, right? Ruach. Yeah. So we have Ruach and Asher together. That's Asherah.
And then right here, if you look at it, the Het is in the middle of the Aleph Tav.
Right.
Right? So what's setting you apart on the inside through the Aleph Tav is made you one.
Right.
Because this is, the Het is those who are on the inside versus those who are on the outside of the covenant of love.
Right.
So you've already been divided. You're already rightly divided on the inside.
So let's just...
Right?
Yes. One is.
Exactly.
One is. And it's already saying that love is. This is what it's saying. It coded. It said that one love is my dove. And so you can connect, because there's a lot going on here. So now we're connected to the dove. This is one love. Simply is. It is the dove, right? It is the perfect one.
Right. And then this word right here is from the root that means desire.
This is my desire. And
they have the power within.
Right.
The breathing, the inhale and the exhale.
So these are accomplished ones. These are finished. And this is what we're going to. And all I'm trying to really do is establish that my constitution, I'm reading my constitution to you. I'm reading the constitution of one love and one law, of one light and one truth, at the Father of one. Through raising ourselves, our nations don't tell us how to do it. They want to keep us in a lesser vibration and frequency.
Because they want to rule over us.
I'm releasing the constitution of the Father of love, so we would become that. And this needs to be released now, and the Spirit's telling me this needs to be released. Just the frequency alone of releasing, whoever listens, doesn't matter. But so, this is my dove, my perfect one. This is the light, this is the love, this is the truth. The one, she is.
Okay, you're going too fast. Because I can't show everything.
Okay.
So people need to see this.
All right.
So my dove is Yonah. So Yonah, like Jonah and the whale, Yonah, his name means dove, and dove is a symbol for peace.
Yes.
How do you get peace? By being marked in unconditional love, where now you have the power. So it starts with mother's vision of power that she gives to you, and ends with the vision of Father, which is the power of love. The first one is the golden rule, the second one is unconditional love, and this is one who is marked, that has become perfect. So now, not only are you perfect, This is the word, because you
Yeah.
just skipped down.
No, no, I
This
know.
is
I was just reading. Sorry, I was reading, and now I want. Now I'm back. I just was boom, 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 boom. Now I'm going to backtrack. This is big right here because this is tome. A perfect one is a twin. So a perfect one, that tav mem is tome, and it means twin in Hebrew. But now we have, you've become a twin, and you're standing between both tavs, completed. So this is really an interesting.
right. Two that have become one.
Right.
Because that's a double mem.
Thus, our name, 121 again.
Right.
This is exactly what it's in. This is a perfect one now, that through the power, means, and directions of Father. Now, you are the power of Father by standing in between the love of Mother and the love of Father. The twins have been joined back together as one again, because there's also two mems there.
Exactly.
That would be tav, mem, tav.
Yes.
Okay? With a yod. So it's the power of the work now. You've completed it. That is a perfect one.
And this is interesting because you look at, I mean, just this word means perfect and complete, who lacks nothing in strength and beauty, who is sound, wholesome, is ordinary, a quiet sort of person,
Yeah.
that has been morally innocent, has integrity, is morally and ethically pure.
Yes.
That is what this word is.
Yes. Yep.
And now we have the word akat again.
No, so this is one again.
One who has been marked in unconditional
because
love.
it's really telling you that first 8535 is telling you that the twin is one.
Right.
So it's saying that
Right.
Tome,
Right.
twin love,
Yep.
is rendered down to one love.
Yep.
And she is the mother of love.
And so again, so this, oh my gosh, you have got to be kidding.
Mm-hmm.
This is Hayah, but now the Aleph is given. I don't know if I've ever seen that. This is huge.
Yeah, this
is Hayah. This is to be and to become.
Right. But that
to come to pass.
So what you can say, go back those 8535, 259, and 1931 is 111.
Right.
Because that olive on the backside is already established as one. So this is the revelation and the power. 1931, is the revelation and the power of one. 111. This is huge where we're going, and because this is going to end up, I still haven't lost sight of where we're going, and this is going to be a long teaching, but it's a little rendered down from the other. This is a different point of view, and the Spirit told me to do this to assist people because of where we are in the time right now. So we need to comprehend this.
So again, what I find interesting on this is that this is of the feminine. So this is of the feminine of Hayah, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it says beyond the Pentateuch. So it's showing us that the divine masculine and the divine feminine are coming in together to make them one.
That's exactly what
this is the ancient Hebrew wedding. This is the esoteric side of the scriptures.
That's why that Asher and the Ruach are coming back together, and we're establishing the journey of mother and father. Like what's coming at the end of this is not the end. All it means is the father is coming to join with mother. That's what the end means.
Right.
It means that well done, and it's going to be a stop and a measuring to see where you are in the process of connecting, of bringing the Ruach within you, Ruach, and then we just said in the other verse, Asher, because that is really the fullness of what Yeshua's name is. This is a blessed one that has done this. This is now a completed one.
Right.
And so, yes, you've wound them together, and we've already brought in our other teachings, the weaving of the sukkah is really the offering, because that's what it breaks down to. This is the offering of love, is when you've woven it correctly and you've built, because this is a completed sukkah.
Right, right.
So, I don't mean to confuse anyone. I just...
well, the thing is people are either going to track or they're not.
Well, again, it's the frequency of revelation.
This is very deep, meaty stuff that we're sharing here.
And
so
my wife, she's got to turn this into a teaching that she can release it, because I just am the extractor. But again, it's the frequency that needs to be released right now. So as a collective, we can start to realize, oh wow, this is a constitution of love.
Right. So she is of mother.
Mm-hmm.
And so is mother, and what's on the back side of it? In the front side, a lamed and a hay.
Yep.
So a mother so it's a teacher of light who is teaching the way of one. The twin teachings, the mem and the mem sophit that have become one, are the filled up revelation that is coming.
Right.
To make you pure and innocent.
Right.
So that takes it back to Bereshit.
Yes. Right. Period.
Bar and bara.
Bar and bara. Rendered
to create.
Clear. Right. Absolutely. You've rendered clear. You've chosen correctly. You've compressed it all, and you've become the revelation of clear. And that's again, you're bringing. You're not bringing a mucky water in your cup. You're bringing full clear water in your full cup, and it is the sweet water and that's exactly why Moshe threw in the branch. They couldn't take the bitter water any longer, so he said, throw in the sweet bough, and that's the branch of the tree, and that's what it was. He's going to give them some hope and give them some, and this is what we're doing. We're sharing some hope. So now this has become pure, and she is this. She is the revelation and the power of the olive. And then 3205.
Yes.
As now we have of one who bore it. And this is really to beget. This is now, its root is yod lamed dalet.
Right.
And this is to bring forth.
Right. To beget.
Right. But
so when you think of the long list of beget, so-and-so beget, so-and-so beget, that it would be yalad, yalad, yalad.
But we should be intrigued with the morphology of this word, right? We should be intrigued because if it's morphed from a yod lamed dalet, and now it's lamed yod vav lamed dalet tav hey.
Right. So
right?
the letters, we've got the lamed added, we have the vav added, if I can highlight it. We have the vav, and then we have the tav and the hey. Those are all added to the root. But again, nobody would ever see this in English.
No.
They would just read one who bore, and you wouldn't even question. But this is a very big word.
This is a very big word.
Because this word is telling us how to be born again.
Right. You will be born through the teachings and the renderings in the light of a mother. She is the power to build you in humility so you can be filled up.
Pierced in your heart.
So you may see the teachings in the light of the Father.
Yep.
This is the door to love and is the full revelation of the revealing. Now, that's just
that was a top skim.
That was a top skim. I didn't go into the extraction of the suitcase, but I'm going like really what that is. This is a birth one. This is and you are to bring this again. Is it pointing forward or is it pointing back? This is to be brought forward, birthed, and if it's birthed, then this is who you are. So it's resonating to a frequency, because all these words can extract out into deeper revelations. So, and then you look at the next word, that this one is Ra. This is now 7200, and it means that you are able to see now.
Yep. See, look, inspect, perceive, to see, to discern, to distinguish, consider.
So in that one word for Ra, the Resh, Aleph, Vav, He, really what it's saying, Ra, you are the capstone.
Because that's the spelling of this symbol.
It is.
Right? And so Rosh would be a Resh Aleph Shin. Yeah. This is Resh Aleph
Actually,
Hey.
I said it. It's on my file. Let me grab it real quick.
But I'm showing people too. God saw, Elohim saw that light was good. And what is it saying? It has the Aleph Tav right here.
Yes.
Elohim saw the Aleph Tav, the beginning and the end. The Elohim saw the beginning and the end, the first and the last of the one strong love.
Absolutely.
That's huge.
Absolutely.
That's huge.
What number was it?
It's okay. It's all right.
We've already talked about it.
We have already talked about it.
It is the Rosh, and it does mean the capstone. So the Rosh is directly connected to the capstone. It's also connected to the bitter bite.
So the process is becoming a teacher of light who is marked in the covenant of love. And this is, these are strong Tav Hays. These are completely filled up in love that have revelation of the Father's teaching. They are the ones that see because they've been pierced and connected within their heart through this process.
Well, from
through.
Yes, from this point on in this verse, this is a compaction of information that's telling you who these 6 to 9s are. Remember, it's Song of Solomon 6 to 9.
Right.
And of course, they're seeing the beginning from the end because that's how they're releasing the end to the beginning, and they're connecting, and that's exactly what we're doing. That's why this is still focused on the garden.
Right.
And so we're showing you the beginning in the garden, what transpired, because the end is quickly approaching. Father's coming.
Right.
And so now, who are these ones that are now seeing as Ra, as the eye, that the headstone, the capstone, that sees as one, completely filled up in the earth in humility, is revealed in the revelation. These are now the daughters. These are now the bet tovs. And in the center again, we have the noon vav, and that's what was missing from menorah, from the bitter.
Yeah.
From the menorah, it was
Right.
missing the noon vav, and now this, and it's done. We have in the between the pieces now of the bet tov, the 222, we have the risen nature of being completely spirit filled as the noon. This is now fills up the menorah from where we talked about the very. You can go back and look at the beginning of this teaching to see what the beginning of the menorah and then the beginning of the bitter bite.
Yeah.
This is what was missing. So this is called blessed, and they are the daughters that are filled up. And daughters is only a frequency, so they are filled up in love, and then they are called
Asherah.
they are called Asherah now.
See, they have hidden this over and over and over again, and this is the whole purpose of what the Asherah poles were. Was the Asherah poles were showing that if the people really understood the process of becoming, they would be blessed. That's what the Asherah poles were. It was a reminder of their becoming.
Right. So
Right? The Hay, Yod, Aleph.
the Asherah pole is the menorah. The Asherah pole is
The illuminated
the
ones.
illuminated one. So
Yeah.
if you want to go back to even connect, I can take you back to the numbers real quick if you want, or not.
Should
But
we just finish this verse?
sure, let's finish. So these are the queens now. This is the queen of heaven, because this is Asherah, who is the queen, and we've already brought forward that
Asherah the queen.
Asherah is the queen.
Yes.
And we've already said that she is the goddess of love. But it's
And
again
prosperity.
right, but you're connected to perpetuity now,
Right.
because you have the
Leolam.
You are now father and mother. The queen and the father, the queen and the king, are now knit together by raising through noon. And this is
Right.
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 Now you become completed.
So Malak, and what's so amazing about this, the cough isn't fallen.
Right.
They haven't emptied their cup. They have totally allowed it to be filled, and they've connected. And how are they? They are filled up with the Father's presence.
Yeah.
And they are of love.
Absolutely.
They are completely marked in unconditional love. That is what the Queen of Heaven is all about.
Right. So the queen
Wow.
and her concubines, but it's not. It doesn't mean and her concubines, because there's no and the in there. It's just the queen, concubine. This is praised. So we see. Do you want to go into concubines?
Yeah. Well, obviously, I would love to. I'm a word person. I dig this stuff. I dig this stuff.
So we have in this. It's in its usage in this. It's vav pei yod resh.
Yeah, but it's interesting that they're saying this is of uncertain derivation.
Right.
Right? They have no idea where'd this word come from.
Right.
Where'd it come from?
Right. A lot of this concubine language, I know when I see it in this writing, it's what they rode in on. Like they rode in on something, and it's because it's tethered to donkeys and the usage of this as well. I've seen it in the writings that it's like a vehicle.
They're saying maybe it was influenced by Greek, but this is not a Hebrew word.
Mm-hmm. And we look at the first occurrence of it, 22, 2, 4.
Yeah, which
Right.
is 12 by 2.
Right. So we still have the 222, and now because everything is going to the 4 now, and that's where we're going with the silver cup of this, because that's what we drank from was Joseph's silver cup, and it's all to do with the Peresh. It's all to do with the mouth, that these ones are going to speak now in the authority of what they've ingathered. And so in this we have the added yod, or the added,
Well, in this P, this is pay
Mhm.
that's been activated with a yod, because many times literally the word mouth, pay hey, is written as pay yod. So they have power.
Mm-hmm.
They have power in the means and direction
Yeah.
that comes from their mouth.
Well, again, it's not
as the teachers of light,
right.
right?
But again, what's a concubine? A concubine is one that is contained in the king's chambers and is for the intimacy of the king. So take it out of its context of the lesser narrative, but take it into the frequency of what's being said. This is the intimate chamber of encounter.
Right. Yeah.
This is for intimacy. And how do they do that? They do that by speaking in the power and the authority of truth's light and love, by being gathered and ripened and whole, consumed in the fire, to be the power of Father, sealed, or opening that which was sealed. They've opened the sealed chambers of the secret place. That's the only way the concubines can get into that place. No one else can go into this place.
And well, and how interesting, whose name was Ruma, the very first occurrence. Ruma Resh, Vav, Mem means to be exalted, and it has the Aleph within.
Right.
And the He on the outside. So to be exalted, you have the spirit of oneness within you, and you bring forth that revelation. And it's Shem.
Right.
Shema. Shem. He. That's amazing.
It is amazing. This whole verse is amazing. And then we're going to get into, again, we can just go like, whoa, and stop right there, because that, as Carrie would say, like, that's a big piece of beef we just ate. But
let's finish with the last word, and
so
then we can land the plane.
We'll finish with the last word, and then because we just started with the first word of the garden. We're not going to go into any more verses after this, because this is now establishing what's going on from the only established, to reiterate, the Gam, the Gimel, and the Nun. That's all I've done here, and it's taking me on this level of extraction. So now we have the last word, 1984, and we have, these are those that will be praised, or they will be praising, and it's from the word shine. These ones will be shining. He, lamed, lamed. But now we have vav, yod, he, lamed, lamed, vav, he.
Well, and really, if you take minus the vav that's on front, it's hallelujah.
Yeah, this is huge.
This is literally all the letters that mean hallelujah.
Yeah, praise. Like the earth groans for this, because like there is so much frequency vibrating from this, that these are those that they're called blessed. They are comprehending.
To flash forth light and shine. It's rise and shine. It's Isaiah 60. For your light has come.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. So
the Asherim, the Asherah.
That's who they are.
The Queen of Heaven.
Yeah.
Asherah.